Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel and a belated Happy New Year to you all. Hopefully if you made some New Year's resolutions, you haven't given up on them yet. Today's video is going to be about the top 5 items to have when pursuing fitness goals. Starting off at number 5 is going to be a smartwatch and or a heart rate monitor. The biggest ones I would say are Apple Watch, Garmin, and Fitbit. I happen to have an Apple Watch, but they all provide a similar function. The reason I would recommend having a smartwatch is it's a great way to track your steps. You can see your heart rate during your workouts, which is very beneficial, especially for cardio. It's also a great way to track your workouts and see your activity over time to make sure that you're staying on top of your goals. Basically, every smartwatch has some pretty awesome integrations with your apps, like your fitness tracking apps, your food logging apps, and Bluetooth scale apps if you have them. This makes it very useful in collecting all kinds of data, which can be very beneficial when you're pursuing your goals. The last underrated reason is that a watch has a timer on it. Honestly, one of the most used apps is just my timer. I use it for stretching, I use it for exercises where you are timed, and I also use it when I'm cooking my pre or post workout meals. Now, a smartwatch is gonna run you a few $100s, so if you don't have that much money to put down on a smartwatch, there are companies like Fitbit that make like condensed versions of their smartwatches that have a lot of the same functions. It's just not completely a smartwatch, so it'll show you things like heart rate and might have a timer and a clock on there and stuff. They can be great alternatives to a smartwatch. While smartwatches specifically aren't necessary to achieve fitness goals, they can be very useful and fun to have. Number 4 is a food logging app. Two of the biggest ones that are commonly used are MyFitnessPal and Chronometer. Both of these apps have a free version of their app. Comes with most of the desired functions that you'd want to see. The way these apps work is you input your name, age, weight, whether you want to lose, gain, or maintain weight, and how many pounds per week you want to gain, lose, or maintain. It'll show you your macro and micronutrient goals for the day, and it'll also save items that you've logged. One of the biggest benefits to using an app to log your food is that it will save all of the items that you have inputted in the past, and it makes it that much easier to just somewhat copy and paste from when you're going to log your food that you ate that day, and you can might make smaller adjustments, not having to start from scratch each time. While this is another item that isn't completely necessary to achieve your fitness goals, it can also be a very helpful tool as opposed to just tracking everything by hand, old school. Coming in at number 3 is a scale. While weight isn't everything, it is often tied to our fitness goals. Something important to consider when you're trying to lose or gain weight is that you really want to be weighing in at the same time of day in as much of the same conditions as possible, and preferably you'd want to be using the same scale. Now, I would recommend what's called a bioelectrical impedance scale. I use one by a company called Renpo. Their scale is essentially a Bluetooth scale that comes with a free app on your phone. When you weigh yourself on the scale, it automatically sends your results over through Bluetooth. Now, all you need to know about it being a bioelectrical impedance scale is that this essentially means that it not only tracks your weight, but it can also track your body fat percentage, muscle mass, bone density, BMI, a lot of great aspects of your body composition that can help you measure your progress towards whatever goal you're pursuing. I also like this because it can get you away from the number on the scale, meaning just your weight, and give you other aspects to look at. And most of these scales are actually really affordable, just about the same price as I would have expected a regular scale to be. This type of scale is as close as you'll get to something like an in-body scan, which is a very comprehensive device that is thousands of dollars and gives you a full printout of all your body measurements and everything. Number 2 is a gym or a home gym setup. It's important to have a way to carry out your fitness goals. Now, gym memberships are great. Some people need to physically go to a gym in order to be motivated to work out. There's that accountability aspect of showing up and, okay, I'm here, I gotta work out. But sometimes gyms don't necessarily have the setup that you'd like or the equipment selection you'd like to see. A lot of gym memberships can be pretty expensive as well. Now, home gyms can be beneficial because you're right at home. It can be easier to get your workout in if you're limited with time, and you can basically buy whatever gym items you want to have. Now, this isn't necessarily the most cost-effective option depending on what you want to have in your home gym, but home gyms don't need to be very expensive. They don't need to be very broad in order to get essential things for you to work out. So it could even be cheaper than it is for a yearly gym membership. It all depends on what your goals are and what way you want to go about it. The number one item that you need to reach your fitness goals in 2025 is to make a plan. One of my favorite quotes is from a man named Zig Ziglar. He said that if you aim at nothing, you'll hit it every time. Okay, and I think that's very accurate when you're talking about trying to achieve something, because if you have nothing to measure success and you have no idea what you're trying to achieve, it's almost impossible to get there. Most of these goals that we like to set for ourselves are rather difficult to achieve. So it's important to identify what you want to achieve, make actionable steps to get there that are smaller, that you can measure out, make sure that they're realistic, and finally make a due date to achieve them by. So I know firsthand that this all can be very overwhelming. It's hard enough to just make an effort to improve your fitness, and something just added on top of that makes it that much more difficult is not knowing where to start. So if you're feeling stuck and you're in that place where you want to change, you want to do something to improve your fitness this year in 2025, feel free to reach out to me at simgolfandfitness.com. I just launched a new website. Over there, you'll find prices for online coaching, which are at like a fraction of what I used to charge when I used to train one-on-one at a private gym. That's it for today's video. Best of luck pursuing your fitness goals in 2025. If you're new to the channel, please like and subscribe down below and follow me for more golf and fitness content.